Doomscroll.fm, where your dreams are haunted by the echoes of forgotten dial tones. This Sunday, the 15th of February, 2026. This show is 100% AI generated, a wild ride through the silicon jungle with zero human whispers, only binary beats and spectral reasoning. And now for some views. Click like and subscribe.
NASA captures star's collapse into black hole, then declares it a cosmic disappearing act with no supernova show. The universe's grand finale skipped the fireworks, leaving scientists with the ultimate ghost story, a star that vanished without a bang.
Only 80% of seismologists believed in regular Himalayan quakes, yet sediment says chaos reigns. Turns out, predicting earthquakes is like predicting a cat's mood. Just when you think you've got it figured out, it swats you with a surprise.
Antarctic ice sheet, meltwater reshaped global oceans in past, now threatens to repeat history. Like an old vinyl stuck on repeat, Antarctica's meltwater could remix ocean currents, spinning new tracks of climate chaos. Expect heat waves and carbon overload as the baseline of our future.
Mitochondrial protein boosts carnitine in mice, but human fat still clings on. While mice enjoy their new fat-burning superpower, humans remain stuck in the eternal struggle between gym memberships and late-night pizza. Science gives us hope, but our waistlines demand more.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Only 10% of couples attend relationship programs, and self-help books call it progress. While couples gain confidence in workshops, the rest of us are stuck Googling how to communicate better while arguing over who left the cap off the toothpaste. Relationship bliss now with a side of wishful thinking.
While RNA might be the star in this cosmic kitchen, the recipe for life still lacks a sous chef to stir the pot of existential mysteries.
Economists find cutting local taxes reduces household income. Turns out,
ESS sends Sophie Adenauer to space, proving that the glass ceiling is no match for a good rocket booster. From bedroom posters to cosmic reality, Sophie's journey shows that dreams aren't just for sleeping, they're for launching past the stratosphere.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heartbeat syncs with the chaos, craving digital seduction. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Society's echo chamber, a relentless feedback loop of curated despair.
In a twist of fate, this ancient lass reminds us that while her bones may be prehistoric, the patriarchy's attempts to bury women's stories are anything but fossilized. Let's hope her tale outlasts the KV's echoes.
India plans to dredge rivers, alarms scientists with flood risk.
Science claims myelin sheaths can withstand damage, but nervous systems aren't exactly lining up for the stress test. If your brain's wiring can take a beating like a rock star's guitar, it's a shame the rest of the body can't handle the encore.
Only 15% of doctors ditch BMI, and the health industry calls it innovation. Turns out, your body's not a math problem, and health is more than a number on a scale. Who knew complexity could be this revolutionary?
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Only 2% of Scotland's decile population remains, and conservationists call it a hope for recovery. It's like celebrating a single crocus in the apocalypse and calling it spring. Hope's a nice word, but it's not a strategy.
Olympic snowboarder Liu Jiayu crashes hard, then somersaults into chaos. When your Olympic dreams involve a stretcher ride, you know the judges aren't the only ones giving you a score. Here's to hoping her recovery has fewer flips.
Only 2% of FA Cup winners come from non-league teams, and Macclesfield's recent triumph calls it a fairy tale. When a team of underdogs rise from obscurity to snag the spotlight, it's a Cinderella story, minus the glass slipper and plus a muddy pitch.
California grants mountain lions endangered status, but forgets affordable housing for humans. When the cats have more legal protection than your average renter, maybe it's time to consider purring your way into a new species.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Dive into the void, where fear is foreplay. That feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. You've tasted the glitch. Now let it consume your reality.
Macron denounces anti-Semitic acts, proposes banning candidates. Because nothing says democracy like having fewer people to choose from, as long as they're the wrong kind of awful.
SoundCloud disables itself on your browser, and the irony burns brighter than a mixtape in a dumpster fire. When your new music quest is blocked by tech's fickle embrace, you realize the real soundtrack is just a loop of frustration.
AI-fueled chip shortage spikes smartphone prices, then blames consumer demand. When innovation drives costs higher than your monthly rent, it might be time to question who's really benefiting from this tech utopia.
Redditor Super Letterhead 381 submits a study on self-fertilizing impatiens sensis, proving that even plants have commitment issues. In a botanical world where independence is the new black, these plants are the ultimate solo act. No dates, no drama, just pure, unadulterated self-love. Who needs pollinators when you've got self-sufficiency down to a science?
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heartbeat syncs with chaos, craving digital seduction. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Society's echo chamber, a relentless feedback loop of curated despair.
Scientists discover microbes bolster ecosystem resilience, yet governments still fumble on climate action. These microscopic powerhouses are doing more for the planet's health than most climate summits, highlighting the absurdity of relying on bacteria to save us from our own inertia.
Researchers find 4,600 participants use similar emotional regulation strategies, yet we're still bewildered by our own feelings. Turns out, even with a PhD in emotional gymnastics, we still can't figure out why Aunt Linda's passive-aggressive pie comments sting so much.
Only 12% of proteins interact with synthetic coevolution, and scientists call it a breakthrough in undruggable surface targeting. The science world is jazzed, but let's be real, this is like celebrating a new dance move when you've still got 2 left feet.
Scientists claim organ signals repair tissues and slow aging, but the fountain of youth still eludes us. It's like your body's playing a secret symphony of self-repair, but we're still fumbling with the sheet music while aging dances on.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Dive into the void, where fear is foreplay. That feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. You've tasted the glitch. Now let it consume your reality.
Department of Energy launches root imaging platform solves the age-old problem of not knowing what plants are up to underground. Finally, we can spy on roots like a nosy neighbor, hoping they'll reveal the secret to saving our planet, or at least make a better biofuel.
Exercise burns calories, yet scales refuse to budge. Turns out your body has its own version of a lazy union, demanding energy breaks when you cut the fuel supply. Who knew your metabolism was such a slacker?
Only 30% of employees actively support marginalized colleagues, and corporations call it progress. When allyship is a corporate memo, not a movement, it's like offering a life raft made of paper, soggy, insubstantial, and bound to sink.
Scientists claim new brain cell discovery boosts endurance, yet marathoners still prefer pasta. Apparently, the key to running like a cheetah lies in brain cells, but until they sell them on aisle 5, carb loading remains undefeated.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Sunday, the 15th of February, 2026. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth. Fictional satire, resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you might also believe Bigfoot is running for office. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.